Hi and welcome back. So it's a new week in DML and today we actually have a technically new / technically old feature to go through because not everyone in their game has this, and I'm not 100% sure on why certain players have this and others don't, but in game you can see right now we're in the ruin section and currently I myself have a guaranteed treasure going on. I'm not sure if this is like the ruin jackpot because you see there's the weekly jackpot which still says coming soon, but you've got these guaranteed treasures. And apparently this is not available to all players, but in these guaranteed treasures there's pieces for the epic Jade dragon, and this dragon's actually used in a few Dragon of the Month breeds, so it's a good dragon to get a hold of. But there's also gold, dragon fury, dragon tickets, enchantment tickets available for 3000 XP, and right at the end, which I don't think is doable free to play at all, but we can get up to 100 gems through this Ruin XP collection. So if I just skip the Magma's Lair, you'll see it says that we're on 20 at the moment. If I skip this and we collect our chest there, you'll see it went up by 70. So essentially you just put in your dragons to explore, then you get more of these guaranteed treasure points, and then you get a reward for it. But it's kind of weird that not everyone has this, especially if there's enchantment tickets and such on offer. I'm not sure if this is something limited to level 9 Ruin Explorers, or it's just completely random. But I'd kind of like an explanation for this at some point, because it seemed like a lot of the Ruin stuff is very random, and they don't really tell people when it's coming and when it's not, whether it's a bug or when it's not. Either way, that's the start of Monday. Of course, we also have some new events going on as well. But very quickly, before I talk about Hall of Champions and the Heroes Challenge, I do also want to note that there has been another change without actually telling anyone. And it's relating to the dungeon. Because normally in the first, I believe it's 3 sets of resets in the dungeon. Normally we'd have 3 lots of short timers, and then it goes to really long timers. However, this has actually been changed. And so after the second reset, it goes to longer timers, which means they've actually taken away one of our short dungeon timer resets without informing anyone, without telling anyone, and they've made the change. So I'm not sure if these 2 sets of changes and additions are something that they've just thrown into the game, either on purpose, by accident, or if they were just hoping that no one would notice. But as it stands right now, having a difference in players between taking away one of their dungeon resets sooner and also giving these special guaranteed treasures to some but not all, not sure if I'm a fan. Another thing to note about a change that they made that they didn't really communicate much about and that I sort of missed on my first look at this is relating to the Dragon Master Pass. If you check through the Dragon Master Pass for this new pass, of course this is the Nurse Dragon's Pass, kind of cool looking dragon, but in this Dragon Master Pass there are actually arena gems available, as in enchanted arena gems. And of course when we got the enchanted arena, these got taken away from players, and now they've put these in the premium only section of the Dragon Master Pass. So now they've made them even more pay-to-win only accessible, because the only real way to get these for people that don't just spend money on gemming is to level up and complete their win streak essentially. But the fact that these have been thrown into the Dragon Master Pass in the pay-only section has just made Enchanted Arena even worse, even more pay-to-win than before. So keep all of that in mind. I feel like they've added in some changes, slyly, hoping that people don't notice, or don't criticize, and unfortunately for them, I think some people have noticed. And obviously, I'm here talking about it now, so more people will see it. I'm really not impressed with some of their recent decisions. But anyway, that's not new. So without further ado, let's go into these other events that are currently happening. We do have Hall of Champions, which is a collection event happening this week if you haven't already seen in game. And in this you can get yourself the epic Patriot dragon, and the way that you can get Patriot is by collecting the chef, castle, and vulture dragons. So, you know, Mr. Chef, we've got him. Castle dragon, we've got him. And vulture, we have him too. Of course, vulture is currently the bottomless dungeon reward dragon. So if you want to get vulture, you're going to have to get him through that. And then we've got the castle dragon as the dragon of the week. So you can go and breed him through that as well. And then the other event that we've got going on right now is Heroes Challenge. And to take part in this Heroes Challenge, you need to actually breed the Hierophant dragon, which of course I've already done my breeding guide on, and then you'll need to level up this dragon and take on these fights. And when you do have the dragon available, usually it means that you can finish the event in about 2.5 hours, I think it is. It's a really, really short event with really short timers. But generally I'd say maybe give yourself about a day to finish it all off because of the really short timers, and lots of people don't want to log in that soon. But of course, you've got to actually breed the Hierophant first and to take part in the event. So you've only really got like 5 days really to do the Heroes Challenge, and you have to have bred Hierophant basically in the first few days. So that's currently going on as well. And aside from that, we've got Sigil Contest, Clan Siege, all that sort of thing. And we've got the arena, which has reset again. And this is another thing I have a massive problem with. Not just the, you know, ridiculous pay to win that goes on regarding Enchanted Arena in general. The fact that it keeps resetting so frequently means that we're not really getting a proper experience. Like, the reason they've implemented this is to, I guess you could say, not copy, let's say take their own spin on like ranked games where you have to climb the ladder every season, but it refreshes so often that we end up having to do it all the time, every time, because this arena event ends in 6 days and 14 hours, and we have to go up and do it again, and then the season end is in 27 days overall, but we have to keep going back up, getting back into Ancient League, and then trying to get Shinobi pieces, and it is just, I think it's too often. I think it's way too often, and they're trying to incentivize spending, but I don't know if trying to incentivize spending when they haven't actually fixed any of the arena issues yet is the best call. But, you know, it's obviously not up to me the way that they make things, and the way that they release things, and the way that they do things. But it's, interesting some of the decisions that they've been making. I have to say, I'm really not impressed with them randomly changing the dungeon timers and not telling anyone that they were going to do that. It's like another part of the game that was completely fine, and people actually liked it because they changed it at one point from some of the old timers, I remember, and they changed it slightly, and we got that version. And it was quite nice being able to, you know, the first few resets, log in, be able to do your dungeon resets when the new week started. And they've also been talking about trying to change all of the timers so that everything starts at 12 o'clock. I actually kind of support everything starting at the same time, so that's Dragon of the Months, I assume Dragons of the Week, Dungeon, everything like that, because at least then they don't have to worry about players getting confused about when things are going to start. We can just have a designated time. But if what they actually meant by that was they're going to change it to a different time and then also take away one of the resets for literally no reason, then no, I don't think people would be happy about that. So I don't know why they've been doing this, and the fact that only some people have access to potentially 100 bonus gems in Ruins, even though that might be more pay to win, but still, that's inherently unfair. Especially that it has enchantment tickets available in there, and if not everyone has access to that, then like in my situation, I'm getting enchantment tickets, well, I'm getting, not tickets, I'm getting enchantment materials from doing the arena because I've got a team that can take on max level dragons. I'm already getting that benefit over others. And now I'm randomly getting given a random Ruin event that can give me enchantment tickets. It's not many, granted, but it's more than people that don't have the event. I'm very, very confused and not particularly impressed with these set of decisions just randomly coming out. And I have to say, these being implemented into the game just before when we're expecting probably another major event, I would say is a really, really bad sign. So, I hope to be proven wrong. It's just, imagine these things happening without really being communicated properly, being thrown into the game, hoping people don't notice sort of level, and we are just about to have a major event. And you think they won't do the same thing during the major event. I think my expectations, if we have another Divine event, as in a Divine Fest event, I would say I'm not expecting an awful lot at this point. I think they saw that a lot of people got rewards last time for really grinding the dungeon. They did say that they fixed the dungeon exploit. I'm not sure how true that is. If people on APA can let me know what their experience has been, there was a lot of cheating on APA. A lot. And I'm not sure if those players have been outright banned or not, but a lot of them were abusing the dungeon bugs. Well, is it a bug? I guess, but people were abusing the dungeon and using other systems for months. And they did nothing about it. So all of those bonus rewards that they, you know, got over those months, if they haven't been outright banned, then they are at a massive, massive advantage over everyone else. And unfortunately, the same thing is happening in Arena. And it feels like everything, it's like they try and fix one problem, and then there's another 50 problems, and then they keep screwing people over in other ways. And adding these random events that some people get and some don't, but they don't really tell anyone about it. And weekly jackpot is just never returned, and they never talk about that either. Kind of like calendar events, a few other things. Look, I didn't want to rant today, but I have to be honest with you with the game. When I open it up and I see things like this, it makes me not want to play the game. I'm not the only one like that. I want to be supportive about Hall of Champions, but guess what? I already have all these dragons. And say Patriot was the only dragon I didn't have, I would not feel inclined to collect every single other dragon that I already own to have to hatch it again. It's just really, really annoying that you already own all of these dragons and you have to get all of them and hatch them again. I get the reasoning. Maybe they don't want people to have an advantage, but it's just there's so little want to have to hatch all of these dragons again when I already own them all. I don't want to be recollecting the same dragons again. It's not fun and it's not interesting for people that already have them. I guess you could say just ignore the event. Well, yeah, sure, I'll just not log in. Is that what they want me to do? They want other players to just ignore the game? I don't know, dude. I didn't want to rant. I'm gonna go now. We did get Punky Wunky, at least. We got Punky Wunky. That's one positive. That was an old type event that I never really liked, but at least it's something that we know and something that hasn't been changed. That's nice. But at least you're aware of what's going on, at least. Again, I want everyone to have the best experience they can have in-game. If they change things without telling people, I'm going to tell you that they've changed it. And I kind of wish that we could have some sort of explanation as to why, rather than changes happening and then just nothing being said about it. Unless I've somehow missed it on their Discord, but I rarely check their Discord for other reasons. But anyway, I appreciate you being here today. If you want to take part in these events, get your Hierophant hatched and get collecting these other collection dragons so that you can get your hands on Patriot. And apart from that, I guess have fun. I hope to see you soon.